Monday.
ATV Sports presents the $25,000 challenge. Belvedere Super Pins. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Super Bowl in Lower Sackville. This is the day we've been waiting for, folks. The championship game of Belvedere Super Pins. Over $5,000 on the line today.
4 bowlers competing for that over $5,000. That's going to happen within the next hour and a half.
Don't forget, though, you were mailing in ballots earlier, we hope you were anyway, for a chance to win one of these 3 prizes. If those ballots are in, we'll be hearing about the winner of one of those major prizes at the end of this show as well. Of course, the 1-800 number will be flashed on your screen, the camera. I was using the Sharp Auto Dialer, which actually doubles as a calculator to figure out the averages of the bowlers through the tournament. Why don't we take a look at the 4 bowlers who are in the final, and you'll see the numbers as I figured them out on my little calculator auto dialer here. Dave Julien, his average is 120. Now, through the tournament, he's actually 123. Dave, high single of 186. Very impressive bowler from Porter's Lake, Nova Scotia. Our second bowler, no stranger to Candlepin Bowling Saturday afternoons on ATV. High single for Kansas Snow, 123 or 193. His average, 121, but in this tournament, 122. Now, here's the story. Tim Carrigan, his average at his home lane's 127. In this tournament, 138. Tim Carrigan has been most impressive in Belvedere Super Pins. And Dave Currie, his average at home is 120. In this tournament, it's been 126. Dave just a pin shy of the 200 club. So we've got 4 excellent bowlers in this championship match.
Yep. Should be good. Should be exciting. And it's coming up in just a moment.
Stay with us. In Sackville, Nova Scotia for the championship game of Belvedere Super Pins. Dave Julien, Kansas Snow, Tim Carrigan, and Dave Currie competing for thousands of dollars today, Bruce.
Absolutely. Dave Julien, the first bowler up, maybe a little tight. Punches through on the right-hand side. Back again, left-hand side, a bit of a punch. And that happens sometime. You kind of work your way all the way to the final. You get a chance then to come out, warm up, and then sit there and wait for the moment. And when the moment arrives, boy, everybody is real tight. Dave Julien opens with the 6 there. This is $100 a frame for the first 10 frames of the first string. Second string gets much more interesting. We'll start the first couple with $200 prizes. We'll go to $300 for 3 and 4. Frames 5 and 6 carry prizes of $400 each. 7 and 8, it goes to $500. Frame number 9 is worth $700, and the 10th and final frame will carry a prize of $1,000. And of course, if 2 bowlers tie, they all tie, and that means carryovers. And Dave Julien gets a 7 there, 6 and 7. Now, you want to finish first in the scoreboard. The high pinfall for the 2 strings will determine the champion, and that will be our Belvedere Super Pins men's champion. However, the champion in pinfall doesn't necessarily make the most money. So
absolutely
it's money,
correct.
Yeah, it's money in pinfall. And Kansas Snow off to the right-hand side. They are, Paul, hanging from the rafters here, literally. You see a little bit of the crowd in the background. That's only a small portion of the number that have jammed in here to the Bedford-Sackville Super Bowl to take in this final in the men's Super Pin. Good second ball by Kansas Snow there. And hey, a great showcase for Candlepin Bowling, and we thank the good folks at Belvedere, as well as the folks from Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, Kodak, and Sharp for all playing a big role in bringing us here and giving you this final series.
Yep, some great prizes furnished throughout this series by those good sponsors. And there's Kansas Snow with a big 8-pin drop. Kansas already has $700 in the bank. Picked up 500 in skins in the semifinal, 150 in round 2, and picked up $50 for finishing second in round 1.
Well, it's been a profitable series for him so far. Let's see what he can do with this. Turn the wood away from the pin. Tim Carrigan and Dave Currie waiting in the wings. Ooh, Dave Currie, very pivotal position. He'll be our 4th bowler, and he'll decide whether it's a win, a loss, or a carryover in each of the frames. Remember, these are worth $100 each, the first string. Tim Carrigan up.
Sparkling 138 tournament average.
I'll tell you one thing. This guy really earned my respect and the respect of a lot of people around the Maritimes just a week ago when he was in a real battle with Tony LeBlanc. And not taking anything away from Tony LeBlanc, he's proved himself over the last couple of years. He was our defending champion. But Timmy was leading Tony with just 2 frames to go. He had a 4-pin lead. Timmy was up first, and he picked up 2 spares under real serious pressure. And that's what got him here. And for Tony LeBlanc, that was the first match in 2 years that he walked away without being a winner. So that sort of speaks for itself. Timmy on the other side. Good hit. Spinning wood.
Tony didn't go home empty-handed. $475. And
that's right. Well, he has a little bit of a tough shot here. That wood is on the move. That's off to the left.
Oh, plays it perfectly.
Absolutely. Got on the nose. Actually, the left-hand side of the nose. That piece of wood on the left-hand side. That's a nice mark for Tim Carrigan. Now, Dave Currie is up. Dave Currie from Fairville in New Brunswick.
He's playing 6 better than his average.
Sure is. Has the 120 average at 126. 199 single. Every time I think of Dave, I think of that 199 single. Meant to ask him a little bit about that. He opens up with the spare there and gets $100.
First skin is gone. Dave Currie, $100 richer now with $550 through the tournament.
Tim Carrigan has a spare in the second string here. Can Dave get the strike?
Ooh, yes, it's over.
The strike for Dave Currie. What a great start for him. $200 and 30 and open after 2.
And they're cheering in Fairville, New Brunswick.
Absolutely. Now, Dave Julien up. He was in that very interesting battle with J.C. Campbell a couple of weeks ago. Oh, boy, that's a rough one for Dave Julien. Punches out the 1, the 8, and the 9. A lot of bowling yet to come. And the thing about this, Paul, in this kind of a format, boy, you can throw a 57 string, the first string, and still come back and take a ton of money home in the second string. That's right. There's so much money up for grabs here. Dave Julien gets the 8. He's getting better. 6, 7, 8.
2 frames of the second string, 200 each.
Yep.
4 and 3 and 4, 300 each. 5 and 6, 400 each.
Look at this great late action. This is not a bad setup here.
Great backing on that 1 pin, and that should all carry through and take out the 8 and 9.
Has to be a little bit of little careful. This wood doesn't go that way, and this wood doesn't go this way, and leave the 9.
Ball actually took the 9 pin there for Dave Julien's first mark of the championship game.
It's going to go to Kansas Snow now. Kansas opened with a 10 and an 8. What a performance he put on a week ago, 140, and he cooled off to a 115, but he finished first in that match and picked up some pretty good cash in the skins. Here he is in the final. There were 32 bowlers that started this. There were hundreds that tried to get in it. Only 32 qualified, and we're down to the top 4 right now. And a single pin here for Kansas Snow.
No lack of excitement here at the Super Bowl, with every frame worth so much money. And you know that these 4 bowlers in particular will all rise to the occasion of a championship.
Yep. Well, they're all champions just to get here. The competition really has been fierce this season. And you know what? When this is all over, we've got the ladies to look forward to. More home prizes, more winning on the lanes, and chance to write in and win one of those big prizes. Oh! So, Kansas Snow will look for the single pin.
And he gets it. Hey, if you're wondering about celebrity bowling in the last semifinal, we had the final of celebrity bowling. John Beggs of C100 Halifax took the victory over Dave Cochran of CFBC Radio St. John. And congratulations to all of our celebrity bowlers in this tournament for adding to just a little extra. Saturday afternoon bowling on ATV. Tim Carrigan punching through.
And we should mention Biggs picked up $1,500 for the Special Olympics. Dave Cochran $750 for the Canadian Council for the Blind. And hey, that's only part of the money that those charities picked up. There was money won all the way through that Celebrity Bowling Series. Right now, Tim Carrigan going to work. Consolidated that with the 9. A ton. And Dave Julien's spare now goes by the wayside. Timmy Carrigan gets the strike. Well, let's see what'll happen here. Dave Currie up the open with a spare, had a strike on it. Has to get a spare here to block Kansas Snow's $100 skin.
Currie already has a couple of $100, as you mentioned, Bruce. And off to the left-hand side.
Getting good stuff on the ball. Interesting leave here. As you can see, he's got good coverage on the 9 and the 10.
This is the 1 and the 8 that stands.
So Kansas Snow gets his first skin in this final, $100. There's a single pin for Dave Currie.
Tim Carrigan looking at $100 in frame 4 unless Dave Currie can get the strike to block. There's late action here, but that 2 just sliced short of the 4 pin, and as a result, only Dave Julien is looking for a skin.
Yeah, good setup here. He laid it on the side. He does. Another mark for our leader, Dave Currie.
Well, this one's living up to everything that we thought it would be, living up to its billing as a great, exciting match.
Absolutely. A couple of the bowlers may be a little tentative getting off, but as you look at the numbers, you see our leader at 59 and open is Dave Currie. We've got to look at the scoreboard here, but we also have to concentrate on the dollars, and I know the guys are looking at the big money.
Well, you know, with these kind of dollars, these guys could be rolling 3 and 4 boxes and still be exciting to a couple of blokes like us, huh? We'll come back with more of the first string of this championship in Belvedere Superpins. Right, crowning a new Belvedere Superpin champion, Dave Julien would certainly like to take the crown this year.
Well, 3 bowlers in this 4th frame of the first string are open. Dave Julien there gets 8 on his mark. And a chance to mark again. And on the left-hand side. Remember, $100 a frame through this first string. Then we go on to the second string. $200, $300, $400, $500 to $700 before we hit the $1,000 final frame. Big dollars.
Oh, right on the front pin. Late action here. The 5 stands.
Well, tough piece of wood out in front.
Well, now, if this one closes in on it, as it's doing now.
Well, the best bet might be to be right on the nose. Well, right around the nose of the wood and try to get the wood straight back.
What about going into the V as the guy with that?
Oh, right on the nose. Made it good. That was a good shot. That other piece of wood was just a bad angled wood. And Dave Julien played it really well. Kansas Snow now. Kansas sitting at 44 in second place right now after 4.
Kansas put up some big numbers in the first string of the semifinal with a 140. Slowed it down a little bit in the second string with a 115 for 255. That was back in the semifinal.
There's the shot. You can split the 2 on the right or the 2 on the left. Went to the right side. Of course, there were 3 on the right, but he had to split the 3 and the 6. Now he'll go to the other side, 2 and 4, and try to come out of this with a 9. It'll be 8 for Kansas Snow.
Pocket.
Right. And again, Dave Julien puts a spare up and somebody comes along and strikes. This time rather it's Kansas Snow. And again, keep in mind, with all the dollars that are flying around here, we still have our bonus. 3 marks in a row, at least 3 strikes in a row, $1,000 in prize money.
Oh, right into the 1-3 pocket as well. Tim Carrigan responds, only the 8-pin standing.
Boy, that was almost the double for Tim Carrigan.
That's right, open on the strike from that 4th frame.
It would have been something.
Oh, just misses, converting.
Yeah. Timmy has to shake this one off. Now bowling kind of quickly here with the 3rd ball. And he gets the pin. But Tim Carrigan picks up 9 on his strike. And now goes to the other side of the bowl in the 6th frame. Then we'll take a look at Dave Currie, and
once again he finds that 1-3 pocket, leaving the 5 and the old 8 still in there.
Hitting real good right now. He's left the 5 and the 8.
Ooh, just outside.
That's tough for Timmy. 2 real good chances to spare. And he missed them both on the right-hand side. First ball is working great. Again, same groove. 8 for Tim Carrigan. Still want to sit down and kind of think about that. Dave Currie, our leader, is up right now, and he's open on a spare. All he needs is a mark here of any kind to pick up the $100 frame.
Exactly.
Dave Julien and Tim Carrigan both have 10s in the 5th.
Dave bounces that one a little bit. No call from the judge. He got it down. Just bounced, that's all. 4, 6, and the 10 with a piece of wood nose up, rolling into the center, right center of the plate.
Going to have a tough time sparing this up. He'll use the nose of the wood and probably try and get the ball off. Wait a minute. Now, a piece of wood coming back here on the other side. He may get down low on this wood now, and it's on the move again. You can see it there. It's rolling over to your pitcher, but that shot doesn't cover the entire plate. He can get down low on that wood, and there he goes.
Oh, what a shot! He got it!
That's a real great effort from Dave Currie. This is the hot bowler right now. And with that, he picks up $100. Nice shot. All right. That's 4 marks in 5 frames for Dave Currie.
Dave Currie, $300, Richard.
Dave is thinking, boy, I hope I can do this in the 2nd string when the money is that much greater.
Kansas Snow has just picked up $100 in the 6th frame on the strength of a strike.
Yeah.
So no carryovers to date.
So Kansas Snow has a couple of $100. Dave Currie has $300, and Timmy Carrigan won in this match.
And we'll come back with more of the 1st string in just a moment. Nova Scotia, a capacity crowd on hand for the final of Belvedere Super Pins. I think they like it.
Frame number 7, 1st string, $100 frame. Dave Julien open on the spare. Oh, my. Punches through the middle. Well, that's tough. Only 3 on the mark.
Goes to the right side, gets some wood to come across and get a little action for him. It's the 2, 3, and 7 for Dave Julien. Tries to chip the 2 over into the 7, takes an 8 box out of it to go to 70 even after 7 frames.
So Dave goes to the other side, and Dave right now is sitting in 4th place. That's not a real big deal. We've been telling you for 14 weeks, boy, you got to be 1st or 2nd. This one, you don't have to be 1st or 2nd at all. You can win just on the money. You can win at home. This is your last chance to call in and register for the Kodak autofocus camera or the Sharp auto dialer as we watch Dave Julien get dialed in and picking up the spare.
And now Kansas Snow will try to focus on a big box here.
Absolutely. There it is.
Oh! A big 9-pin drop with just the king. Resolute and firm.
Well, a piece of wood there. He can lay it in just right about there. Get the picture?
And he got that pin's number.
All right.
Perfect calculation in assessing where to lay that ball down on the lane. Kansas Snow. Strike and a spare now, 82 and open. And this is still anybody's championship.
Oh, very much so.
Wood coming back to create some sort of double coverage on the 7. He'll probably want to, what do you think, with those nose up there, up, moving away now, go for the pin?
I think he'll go right on the pin.
And he does, chipping it out for another spare. 3 consecutive marks for Kansas Snow. And here's Tim Carrigan.
And that takes Kansas to 101 after 8, and he's open. Tim Carrigan up right now. He has a spare and a strike so far through the first 6 frames.
Oh,
and he's got a
that's
nice
it.
break, and now the strike. Boy, this is candlepin bowling really at its finest. These guys are hitting some great shots now. Look at that wood moving around. But Tim Carrigan now would like to put another one up on the board.
Going for the double. Tim Carrigan finds that 1-3 pocket again. Wood sliced in behind the 5. And it should make getting that 8 pin a whole lot easier.
Yeah, doesn't want to be to the left at all of that pin that's down there. If anything, he wants to be a tad to the right. Right around here.
There's the shot. Oh, well,
too far to the right-hand
went,
side.
but he had to be on the 5 to make that one. 9 on the strike. 88 now. And make it 98 with the 10 box. But that strike in the 7th frame could be worth $100 if Dave Currie doesn't force the carryover here.
That's right. Dave has got a strike here. Or Timmy Carrigan will put $100 in his account.
2 full on the front pin.
Yeah.
$100 for Tim Carrigan. He's with $200 skins today. Total earnings to date, $625. Oh, nice job there by Dave Currie to take out the 7. Almost took the 4.
Good looking shot for 10. He's got 10. And now Dave Currie finds himself in a position where he's got to strike again. This time, though, if he strikes, he will get the 100. Anything less will have a carryover. The 9th will be worth 200.
And there it is, our first carryover of the day.
$200 frame coming up in the 9th. Meanwhile, Dave Currie looking at this one, the way he's bowling. He's liable to chip that 4 over. Oh, boy. Real close. There it is.
Hey, folks, it's only 21 pins from top to bottom. This one is still too close to call. We'll come back with the final 2 boxes of the first frame in just a moment. $25 pins between first place and 4th place. I said 21 before we went. But in all fairness, Dave Currie is at 105. He's not open, while Dave Julien, who has 80 pins, is open on a mark.
Absolutely. This is about money, too, and prestige. Of course, the winner wants to take home that beautiful Belvedere trophy. There you see the money that has been earned, and Kansas Snow leads away at $900 so far. You see the $750 for Dave Currie, $625 for Tim Carrigan, and the popper, Dave Julien, at $325. But, boy, does he have a chance to win a lot more.
That's
because
right.
We're just in the preliminaries of this one right now.
That's right. Things changed radically in the 2nd string, as the first 2 frames are worth $200 each. The following 2, $300 each. And then 5 and 6, $300 each. 7 and 8 are $400 each. $500, $700, $1,000 for the final strand. Now, you can imagine the carryovers. That can make for some very exciting prizes.
Absolutely. Remember, the champion will be decided on pinfall, not money earned. So you've got, on the one hand, a lot of pride. You want to be the champ. But, hey, you want to make some money, too. Hopefully, some bowler will do both.
And this 9th frame worth $200. We had our first carryover of the day in the 8th frame.
Yeah, on the mark, Dave Julien. He has not really loaded up his marks. He had 3 of them. Got 8 on the first one, then 3 each in the next 2. There's a nice effort by Dave Julien. I tell you, this guy is off his game a little bit. He's tossed some big games in this series so far, but appears to be dropping the ball maybe a little bit. Gets through there and gets the 10. But as you mentioned, Paul, this is a $200 frame. Now he goes to the 10th to finish off his first string. He's 3 over par at 93 right now.
Some great late action on the back row there.
But he's off to the right-hand side, then the left-hand side. He's fishing a little bit.
That's right.
Got a mess of wood down there covering things in behind here. With the 7.
Oh.
Got them all. Good hit recovery. Julien. Now we'll throw the bonus ball. And with the carryovers, that frame could be worth around, what, 400 if we happen to have another carryover. Is that correct?
Another carryover would bring us up to 300.
300.
Yep. And of course, if we carry over from the first string, the first box would be worth 500. That's right, in the second string. So a 110 there for Dave Julien to open.
Well, that's a mark that's kind of timely for him. Sets him up now for the second string. Again, we remind you it's total pinfall to declare the champion. And of course, we are at this point centering on the cash. And even more so as we move along. Kansas Snow. He is open here on a spare. He's at 101 right now. After 8 frames, he is our leader. Well, no, he's actually 4 pins behind Dave Currie.
Oh,
now
and look at this, Bruce. A perfect turn of wood for Kansas Snow to spare this up.
Well, if Kansas Snow misses this one, I'll pay the rest of the skins.
Well, knowing
Thank
you
you,
as I do, that had to be a surefire spare.
And knowing my financial status, it was a foolhardy gesture.
Kansas completing his first string here, chopping through and only taking 2 pins on the mark.
And we'll give the converse of the statement made a moment ago. If Kansas converts this one, Paul will pay the rest of the skins.
Now, how do I figure into that as the converse of any equation? I didn't get involved in that to begin with. Kansas, no, probably go to the left side now, Bruce.
Yeah.
Try and come out of this with a 9 or 8 or 9, I guess.
That's not a bad box. And with that 8, he finishes the first string at 130. 130.
Well, that's a tad better than his tournament average here, which is 122.
Tim Carrigan up right now. He's got a couple of strikes and a spare, sitting at 98. He's 18 pins over par. He is our 3rd place bowler at the moment.
On that front pin, and the wood coming back, drops the 9.
Big strike there. That could be worth $200 unless Dave Currie can strike when he gets up. Boy, that 9 was a little late going. Watch the wood in front. Just a little tap, and that's all it took. When that wood hits in the center of the wood, all the difference in the world.
Carrying enough mass to do a little damage. Drop kick some pins, which Carrigan attempts to do here on the first ball of his 10th frame, final frame, and string number 1. He's got the 3, 5, 6, 10. Wood on the 10 there, yeah.
Good chance to mark.
Nice piece, but he was not on the front pin. Took the king pin instead.
He'll come back now and play this between the 3 and the 6.
And gets them all for a 10 box. But he's looking good for a couple of $100 in the 9th frame with that strike. 125.
Good battle off the top. Now,
wow.
Dave Currie must strike here, or Tim Carrigan gets the $200 skin.
That would give him 400 on the day.
Yeah.
Well, he found the pocket almost. Had to be a little closer to the front pin. Timmy Carrigan.
So Timmy gets $200 for that one. Back for Dave Currie. Oh, great effort.
Spared that up.
Somebody made the comment during the break that Dave Currie, a little reminiscent in the style of Skip Ailes, a guy that didn't get to see this time around, but a real popular bowler in the Maritimes. And you know, Skip is watching in, and say hello to Skip and pass along a big "how's she going" from all the folks here at the Super Bowl. And the
strike here is worth $100, not to be. Now, if he can mark this, turn it into a spare, we'll have a carryover.
If not, Dave Julien will pick up his first skin.
But but he does get the spare. So the first frame of the second string will be worth $300. What a match we have going here, Bruce.
Well, a little reminiscent rather of J.C. Campbell in our final, where he had bowled well and didn't get a lot of cash. That's what's happening to Dave Julien a little bit.
7 on the bonus for Dave Currie, and we have a very close match indeed. At the halfway mark, we have Dave Julien at 110. There are the scores there for you. Kansas Snow at 130. Timmy Carrigan 125, and Dave Currie 132. Just 22 pins from top to bottom.
And really, the preliminaries are now over. We're going to go in a moment to the second string, and that indeed is where it gets interesting. We'll start off with normally $200, but with the carryover, it'll be $300, and it just builds and builds from there.
Wow, that final frame, too, worth $1,000.
Oh,
we're going to come back to start the second half of our championship in just a moment.
Every minute somewhere in Canada, somebody's transmission fails. Every 26 seconds, somebody gets a flat tire. Every 12 seconds, somebody's car breaks down in traffic. And at this very moment, somebody somewhere has locked their keys in their car. But if their car is a Nissan, it's not their problem. It's ours. It's about time companies took responsibility for the products they sell. Nissan, built for the human race.
Hello, I'm Roy Bonesteel. This is where I was born. My ancestors cleared this land and began farming here about 1780. Most of my neighbors started then, too. I've always liked enterprises that have stood the test of time. Canada Trust has been serving Canadians for over 130 years. That's before Canada was a country. Like this country of ours, Canada Trust is big, strong, and friendly.
I see a scratch and win lottery ticket.
It's a new one. It's my favorite kind of game. Where are my lucky charms?
I don't want a four-leaf clover. I don't want an old horseshoe. I want your kiss, cause I just can't mess with a good luck charm like you.
So what's luck worth?
We've got lots of great new games you'll really enjoy playing and winning. Scratch and win lottery. It's fun to be lucky.
These days, most prices seem to climb higher and higher and higher. But there is one exception. MT&T's long-distance rates have actually been going down. In fact, many long-distance calls today cost less than half of what they did 5 years ago. MT&T. We're bringing down the cost of bringing people together.
Here at the Super Bowl, the crowd pretty excited about this one as our halftime break expires, and we're just about ready to start with our second string. It's a close one, Bruce.
It is. Look at the numbers. Only 22 pins from top to bottom. Dave Currie leads the way at 132, as you can see. But only 2 pins back Kansas Snow, and only 5 pins behind him is Tim Carrigan, and then Dave Julien, as you can see, 110. This one's wide open as far as the championship is concerned. Now, those are the pinfalls. Now, let's look at the money, and that's a pretty important part of this game.
We're getting into the serious money, too, of course. Yep. It's very, very rich here in the second string. These are the total money winnings to date through the first, second semifinals, and now this championship round today. Dave Julien with $325. Kansas Snow, a big winner. He's picked up a couple of $100 today. Tim Carrigan has picked up $400 today, almost doubling his prize earnings to date. And Dave Currie with $300. Dave Julien held it without a skin today, but this first frame is worth $300. Dave Julien is our leadoff bowler. All he has to do is throw a strike up on the board to put a little pressure on the others and maybe secure himself a $300 skin.
Hey, do you think the
hard to hear yourself think here, isn't it?
I tell you, a big crowd here at the Super Bowl, and they are into this one. And why not? Dave Julien winning this first skin here could almost double his earnings in this competition to date. And it's
oh, that's a strike!
Strike. Well. Oh, my. It is a beauty. Hit it perfect. Dave Julien hits another strike here. This place is going to go absolutely wild.
Hey, folks, with this kind of money, of course, this second string or frame is worth $200, assuming no carryover. With this kind of money, you can catch up in a real hurry.
Yep. Look at this.
Oh!
Good.
Oh!
9.
Oh, the 9 stands!
Oh, my. Well, great chance to spare here. Now, Dave has got to stay away from the nose of the wood. You see it there? That would drive it through there, and the ball would go this way. He has to get it up around here somewhere and try and...
Nose, but he was just a little to the left of it.
That was a real tough piece of wood for Dave.
Well, you had to be letter perfect on that.
Yeah.
Hard to tell even from here with the TV monitor and the pin camera exactly where to go on that pin.
He's smiling. He knows he did everything he could, really, to get that one. Gets back and gets a single pin, gets 9 on the strike, 10 in the box. Now Kansas Snow gets up. And it'll be interesting to see if that strike holds up for Dave Julien.
On the front pin, punching through, and Dave Julien's wallet wiggles around in his pocket, making a little room for $300.
Only 2 more guys have got to run at him, Timmy Carrigan and Dave Currie. One of them has got a strike to take it away from him. He's had a couple that looked pretty good and lost it at the last minute.
Kansas goes to the left-hand side, tries to come out of that with a 9, has to settle instead for the 8. And a good hand here. Kansas with a lot of friends in the audience. Kansas been around bowling a long time. He's got friends everywhere.
I'm going to say 2 things about the audience we have here today at the Super Bowl for this final. Big audience. Kansas Snow, 9-pin break there. They are very knowledgeable. They know what these bowlers are trying to do up there. They understand the shot making and so on. That's number 1. Number 2, they don't play favorites. They cheer on all the bowlers, and they just want them all to bowl well. Now, Kansas, a piece of wood well out in the front here. You're going to have to put that in play around the red band. Call it up on the end a little bit, you should have said.
So there's his
That's
first
where it
mark
was.
of the second string. Recovering nicely from the 8 box, Tim Carrigan up now.
Good thing he wasn't listening to me there. I almost threw him off.
Tim Carrigan's won $400 today alone.
Yep.
And he'd like to put a strike up here to block Dave Julien. Just misses out on that.
And with that, Dave Julien is helped up off the floor. He's got $300 invested in this one, or at least at stake. Tim Carrigan, a big single pin. Ooh. I've seen Timmy do that a couple times now in this match. But he still bowled well. Again, missed on the right-hand side. Count 9.
Tim gets a hand of encouragement from the crowd here. Bowlers tightening up maybe a little bit, and the crowd loosening up. And why shouldn't there be a lot of levity when we have a championship like this with all of this money?
And, you know, from just a pure entertainment value, we know you're enjoying it at home, but the folks here at the Super Bowl just having a great time and really enjoying the show they're seeing this afternoon. As Timmy waits a little bit there, get the ball he wants. He has a piece of wood. You see it right here. That's a tough piece of wood. See why? Now he can go right between the 2 pins through the fort and on the pin. He does and gets a 10. That wood can help you a lot, but sometimes it can really kill you. Now, Dave Currie is up. Dave Currie at the half was our leader, but now is feeling some pressure from Kansas Snow, who is 4 pins behind, but Kansas, when he gets up, will be open on the mark.
Had a good look there at our flash.
Yep. Gerard Bro, a lob line and foul line judge. Needs a strike here to block Dave Julien. And there's Dave. He says, all right, I'll take the 300. Okay. Now, he's made some money today. Dave's saying, that's how you do it.
Currie goes to try to chip that piece of wood over. Takes a 9 box to open the second string.
It's tough, Paul, when you're the leadoff bowler. No matter what you put up, you've got to sit there and let the guys come at you. Dave Currie.
Conversely, when you're the anchor bowler, you have to sit there and stew about what the guy before you has put up and hope that you can match it. Curiously enough, now this really is coincidence and nothing more, but in the semifinals, the first two bowlers advanced. Leadoff bowler and the second bowler. Dave Julien, Dave Currie, and Tim Carrigan and Kansas Snow. Don't know if that has anything to do with it. I don't think so.
Hard to say. Most bowlers will say that they prefer to bowl first and put the pressure on the guys coming at them. Dave Julien back up. Now he's got to feel a little good. Just had a $300 payday. He's in the third frame here. Kansas Snow took that second skin.
That's right. $200 for Kansas.
Yep.
Bring his total today to $400. $1,100 through the tournament.
Oh, look at this. Oh, Wood cutting in behind.
So Kansas Snow, a thousandaire.
Yep.
I don't know, millionaire, thousandaire. Dave Julien chops that pin away for a 10. His second consecutive. This third frame, by the way, worth $300, as is this fourth frame.
That's right. They keep increasing in value by 100 every second frame. 5 and 6 worth 4. Then we go to 7 and 8 worth 5. The ninth frame jumps $200 to $700. And, of course, $300 more for the 10th, a cool $1,000.
Wow. Throwing a triple strike.
Ooh.
This becomes $6,000 plus.
Oh, what a great effort. I tell you, things were moving down there in the plate, but so was Dave Julien up on the approach. Good to see the bowlers getting into it like that. Of course, why not? You can't get into this one. Certainly is not a match anywhere you will get into. The final in the Belvedere Super Pin Men's Series. Kansas Snow up right now. He is 3 pins out of first place, chasing Dave Currie, and he's open on a mark. Whew.
Kansas lets go into the 1-3 pocket. Wood up on the deck, falling off of the lane and back onto the plate, rolling all the way, actually, to make a clear shot at the 7. To start some kind of a spare streak. Oh, he finds the channel.
Kansas will try and shake that off. Now comes right back and goes in the channel again. Well, $9 for Kansas Snow. Just wants to shake that one off and try one more time. You know.
Well, for our friends from Ontario, might be down here, this is a hugely different game from the bowling game that they're used to in other parts of Canada.
This is the real good game. 5-pin, 10-pin through most of Quebec, Ontario, and out west.
10-pin, 7 in the corner should be a piece of cake.
Well, that's right.
Got a bigger ball and a bigger pin.
I got to believe this game is more exciting. Neither of those games or the duck pin game employ the deadwood, and that is what makes candlepin bowling so exciting. Now, Tim Carrigan up. Seven-pin drop. We should tell you that, yes, we are going to do it. We're going to announce the winner of either the Suzuki motorcycle, the Kawasaki jet ski, or the Honda ATV. That will come up at the end of the show. And also, one more time, the Kodak autofocus camera, the Sharp Auto Dialer. Watch for the number. Get your chance to register. Tim Carrigan working here for 10.
Oh, got it. And so, $300 can be had with a mark in the third frame.
Oh,
Tim Carrigan
right for 10.
says if you want 300 in the fourth, well, forget it. You ain't going to get it. It's mine unless you strike and turn the fifth frame into a, what would that be, $700?
Yeah.
Yikes. Assuming no carryover here from the third.
Well, that's what Timmy is hoping for, the carryover, of course. And in this frame, any kind of a mark for Dave here?
Significant. No, sirree. It's a carryover.
Absolutely. Good news for Tim Carrigan. How much is that fourth worth again?
It's going to be worth $600 to him. And if that's carried over again with a strike in the fourth, then of course the fifth will be worth $1,000.
Well, Tim Carrigan, you see him sitting there on the right-hand side. A lot at stake here. If Dave Currie does not strike here, Timmy gets $600.
And he doesn't.
Absolutely. Tim Carrigan picking up a skin of $600. Why is this man smiling? Meanwhile, Dave Currie, good looking shot. That's a great effort there from Dave Currie. Coming up real big.
Well, big money for Tim Carrigan and a big mark there for Dave Currie. We'll come back with more of the Belvedere Super Pins Championship game in just a moment. And welcome back. Oh, boy, this is so exciting. I'll tell you what, Bruce. We've got 6 frames to go here, and it's not hard to get caught up in the money. That's the easy thing. Keeping track of the score at this point is the tough thing, and we have got a 17-point spread, pin spread, I should say, from top to bottom.
That's right, and the man on the bottom right now is this man, Dave Julien, looking to spare, and he does. Dave Julien, 17 pins out of first place. Kansas Snow in first place. Timmy Carrigan, 12 pins out of first place. He's open on a strike when he gets up. Dave Currie is 15 pins back, but he too is open on a mark. Keep in mind, though, that Kansas Snow is open on a mark, and Dave Julien just marked. So all 4 bowlers open. Dave Currie, a little too flush in the front end, but he does get 7. Maybe 8.
In case you were wondering about that.
Oh, wow.
Got some late action there, folks.
That is a real shaky 4.
And the 6 is still kind of wobbling there.
Well, he really would have liked to have had the 4. You can see why.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's got to lay it in here now and trying to chip it over.
Here's the shot.
Oh, he pulled it right across his front. That is a super effort. Hard to believe he could get the pin in front.
Man. So he'll go for 10.
Big piece of wood out in front. He can drive it straight back to get his 10. Does. Dave Julien came within an eyelash of getting the spare twice, or at least the 4-pin twice. The second time, it would have given him the spare.
Kansas Snow now open on the mark. And in case you missed that carryover in the before our break there, where frame 4 was worth $600, Timmy Carrigan picked that up with the strike. He's now got $1,000 on the day, $1,425 total through the tournament.
Starting to rack it up, and we are into the serious business now. Kansas Snow here, bowling
nice
at frame 5. This is worth
Hello, Kansas Snow.
$500.
This is some nice wood here on the 8. All he wants to do is drive that 1 pin straight back, try to activate that dead wood that's frozen to the 8, and maybe pop that over, take the 7. Here's the shot.
Got it. There in the 5th.
Back-to-back marks now for Kansas Snow. 193 and open. He's got a couple of $100 in the second string. A couple of $100 in the first string for $400 total today. And there's that number, folks, 1-800-565-0634 for the Sharp Pocket Auto Dialer calculator and the Kodak autofocus camera. Call now. Your chance to win today.
Kansas Snow gets 7 on the mark. Tough leave here, though. He's got the 5 and the 4 and the 7. You know, the 5 and 4 pretty side by side. He's going to have to put the piece of wood in play on the left-hand side. Ooh. Not sure what he was playing there. May have been playing the wood on the right-hand side to try and bring it off the kickback and all the way back. Now, certainly, deep on the left-hand side, gets a piece of wood and gets the 2 pins there. 9 in the 6th for Kansas Snow. He sits down and gives way to Tim Carrigan, who just picked up $600 a moment ago and is open on the strike that produced that payday. A double would make it interesting. You know, we haven't seen a double strike for a while. Not going to see one here.
Gives it a good try.
He did. Hit well.
So we
For
can
a
throw
few
another
weeks.
ball here for the bonus.
Well, he's got the piece of wood he can play. He's got to come off the wood and split the 2 pins on the right-hand side and let the wood take the pin on the left. Try to get it all the way across.
And a good hand from, as you say, a knowledgeable crowd.
Yeah.
For just an excellent try there by Timmy Carrigan.
Right on the pin. So a 10 for Timmy. He continues to stalk cans of snow. Trails right now by 16 pins.
Frame 6 worth $400 unless Dave Currie fails to strike, in which case it'll be worth $800.
Look at this. Wood on the move.
Wood moving, but not hard enough to top the 5 into the 9 pin.
With that backing, it's possible to take the ball here, have it come across, take the pin. Of course, this is gone, but maybe struggle with the pin in behind, that being the 9. Interesting shot here. There it is.
Oh, yes!
Wood off the
10
kickback.
off the kickback. Oh, what an excellent shot by Tim Carrigan. That's 2 great third balls by him.
And you know, you never know. A shot like that could produce about $800. I'll have to wait and see.
Well, that's right. That spare in the 6 could be worth $800. Up to Dave Currie here to take the $400 here with a strike. And now it doesn't even matter because with Julien and Snow sparing in the 5th, frame 6 is worth $800.
Yep. And Tim Carrigan has that spare in the 6th. Off to the left-hand side. That's a tough one. Dave Currie started off real strong. He had 4 marks in the first 5 frames. It has cooled off somewhat. Up with the 8 there.
Well, needs to spare to force a carryover and make the 7th frame worth $1,300.
That's right. But he must
strike
spare
will
here.
win it here. Just off the front pin and the 4 horsemen plus the 8 in behind.
Again, Tim Carrigan sitting back with $800 looking him square in the eye, and he's going to get it.
Yep. Tim
Another
Carrigan
big payday for Tim Carrigan. That's
has $1,400 in this frame alone. $400 in the first string.
There he is.
$1,800 in this match today. 22-25 through the tournament.
Timmy says, I like it. I like it. That is great. Now, Dave Julien up. We start anew here in the 7th. This is a $500 frame.
Oh!
So is the 8. Good setup, though. Does have the nose of the wood over there. He gets on the nose and on the pin. He should carry the 7. There it is. Yes. Dave Julien puts the spare up as the benchmark to date on this $500 7th frame.
Kansas Snow looking for a championship this Saturday. He's at 209 with 4 to come. And Dave Julien trying to get something going. Open on this mark. On the front pin. Takes the front of the diamond. Wood turning and going to land in the channel to leave, just an ugly looking lead.
Yeah, he got the late falling pin, that being the 6, and I think he would have rather it stayed, or at least the 3 pin. And now he has the 5, 6, and 9. That's a tough one. He tried to chip the 5 in between the 6 and the 9. There it is.
Plays it inside.
Nice
Try to get it on to the 6. Real nice try there.
Yeah. And again, the crowd appreciate that effort. Give Dave a good round of applause. Count 9 for Dave Julien in frame 8. We are really getting down to it now, folks. Kansas Snow up. He's our leader, but Timmy Carrigan is putting some pressure on him. Only 16 pins back is Timmy, and when he gets up, he'll be open on a spare. So Kansas Snow would like to produce here to protect that lead. And he does! In a big way. There it is again. That is an excellent hit. Big strike for Kansas Snow. Now he looks for the double in a big money frame again. 7 and 8 worth $500 each.
Yeah, double strike here could be worth $1,000 and set him up for another $1,000 with the triple. That's not going to happen, so he'll go for a mark. And that could still be good enough, actually, with Dave Julien's 9 on the board in the 8th frame here.
A lot of wood in
the
behind.
9, yeah, look, wood turning, too.
That amount of wood in there, you never know what's going to happen. Just throw it in there and hope for the best.
And he does get the best. Yeah.
Another mark. The Kansas Snow in a couple of frames worth 500 each posts a spare and a strike. And the strike in the 7th blocks off, of course, Dave Julien's spare that he got. And let's see what Timmy Carrigan can do. He's up here on a spare.
Kansas not leaving any room for error on the part of Carrigan or Currie or Dave Julien heading into the final 2 boxes.
Timmy Carrigan has 4 strikes already in this match. He gets on the object pin out front, but punches right through.
4 on the bonus.
It changes in a hurry. A moment ago, we were telling you that Timmy Carrigan was only 13 pins behind Kansas Snow and open on the mark. Well, Kansas responded with a spare, at least a strike and a spare, and on Timmy's mark, he only got 4, so it changed dramatically.
Well, Carrigan's their money leader. No question about that. Now he wants to get some pinfall. We're also playing for the trophy today.
Yeah.
Right into that 1-3 pocket. There's the strike, folks.
Timmy Carrigan not giving up on his quest to finish first and chase down Kansas Snow. Comes up with the strike here. Oh, you know, Timmy's looking for Dave Currie to strike here.
That's right. Dave Currie could do him a huge favor. A $500 favor by striking here and forcing the carryover. He's on the front pin. He's got some action.
Everything but the 9. And now Kansas Snow breathes a sigh of relief and puts a $500 paycheck in his pocket. Wow. Spare for Dave Currie. Now again, Dave must strike here, or Timmy Carrigan will be the beneficiary to the tune of $500. And he is. Wow. Boy. Roll out the accountants. Dave Currie, boy, he is on the hot spot every time he comes up lately, and that's a tough way to bowl. Pretty exciting, though.
A thrill a second here at the Super Bowl in Sackville as Dave Currie takes his seat, and we're heading into the home stretch of this, the Belvedere Super Pins Championship.
Boy, a lot of money, as you, I'm sure at home are aware. The money just increases, and we saw it a moment ago, 2 $500 paydays, one to Kansas Snow, another to Timmy Carrigan, within really seconds of each other. So a lot happening now. We're going to go to a $700 frame and then on to the 10th frame, the big $1,000 frame. It's not just about money, though, Paul, as you well know. It's about finishing first. The guy that looks good right now is Kansas Snow. You see him at 239, and he's open when he gets up. Tim Carrigan not giving up, though. He's got the strike ball working for him in the 9th, and he's sitting second. Then we go to the 218 of Dave Currie and the 212 of Dave Julien. That's the situation in a nutshell, but boy, it certainly has been exciting.
Well, you know, the money's okay, too. And Tim Carrigan's pushing $3,000 now almost. We're heading into those final 2 frames worth a total $1,700 and a little prestige on the line, too, the Belvedere Championship. We'll come back with the final 2 in just a moment.
There you go, Princess. Well, she's looking great. Bill, you wouldn't believe the trout we were catching this summer. I just got to show you. Princess, I was just having a coffee. You know it isn't only cars that count at Ultramar. See you soon. What are you doing? Come on, please open the door, Princess.
Ultramar, more energy.
Princess, please.
More drive. Each year, more and more mothers get a special kind of medical training.
Next, please.
They're learning from doctors and pharmacists that the way to take care of a cough due to a cold is with Robitussin DM. Now at home, they're putting the advice to work.
Next, please.
Robitussin DM. Available at your pharmacy and recommended by Dr. Mom.
Have you ever dreamed of owning a Ford Thunderbird? Hi folks, John Quinn Timothy here again at Wood Motors Ford. Never before have you seen a 1991 Thunderbird priced this low. Equipped with everything you'd expect in a luxury sports car. Air conditioning, power windows, power door locks, cruise, tilt, and much more. Not priced at $20,000, not priced at $15,000, but right now at Wood Motors Ford, priced under $14,000. We make dreams come true at Wood Motors Ford. Where else?
Get in shape. Be sharp. Follow the leaders. To Delplex, the full-service fitness center with something for everyone. Delplex has aquatic squash and racquetball, weight training, and much more. From recreational sports to intense competition, there is something for every member of the community. One-year individual memberships range from $145 to $265. Family and group rates are also available. Step into fitness at Delplex, your full-service fitness center.
Or Sackville, Nova Scotia. I'm Paul Menier with Bruce Stephen. Geez, I'm glad you've been with us. Hope you've been with us for the whole series, because Belvedere Super Pins this year has just been fantastic. Yep. And what a way to finish it off with a championship like this.
It is really great. Let's talk a little bit about scoring first, and Kansas Snow leads the way. You see it there, but Tim Carrigan's not giving up. He's open on the strike. Kansas is open on the spare. Timmy trails by 25. Going to be tough in a couple of frames, but Timmy certainly will have a run at it. That's the scoring. That'll determine rather the champion, but money is what it's all about, and Paul, there are the big numbers and the big dollars.
Do-re-mi to date, Dave Julien, 625. Now, Dave has been shut out of a skin in the first string. He picked up a 300 on the carryover in the first box of the second string. He'd like to get something going here. $1,700 left to be won today. Kansas Snow, not too shabby, $1,600. And then, of course, Timmy Carrigan, $2,725. Dave Currie at $750. So we've got another $1,700 to dispense of here. And here's Dave Julien, 212, trying to get something going.
Well, a big round of applause for Dave Julien and all the bowlers. Keep this in mind, folks. 2 frames to come. This one, 700. The next one, 1,000. If there is a tie, and remember, if 2 tie, they all tie. If there was a tie in the 10th frame, there will be a 1-ball roll-off, and Dave Julien hits the $700 strike, maybe. $700 if the other 3 bowlers can't strike in the 9th. Whoa.
Now, Bruce, I thought you said we were splitting the money if it was a tie. Oh, just kidding, folks.
We wouldn't get out of the building. All right, let's see if Dave can make the double and maybe look at that $1,000 bonus.
Hey, as it is, it'll be a while before we get out of the building today. This place is packed. 4 horsemen there.
Yep.
I don't do that as well as you do.
Well, Dave Julien. Like the clean house here. This spare, if he makes it, could be worth $1,000. It could be worth $1,700.
Just off the front pin.
I think Dave, looking at a 10 here in the 10th, is kind of rooting for a carryover of the 10th.
There it is, the 10 box for Dave Julien to finish the string with a 131, 241, the 2-string total.
Not too shabby at all for Dave Currie. And the big thing is, you get into these playoffs, you really want to bowl well. All 4 bowlers have bowled well here today.
Kansas Snow seems to be tooling along quite nicely towards a championship.
Well, he has a 25-pin lead over Timmy Carrigan with 2 frames to go. Timmy open on the strike. Kansas here open on the spare.
Oh, right into that one.
That's the strike, and boy, he put his hand right in Dave Julien's pocket and took $700 out of it.
Frame 10 will be $1,700, folks. Oh, my goodness.
My. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. We will have a $1,700 10th frame, and a tie then would force a 1-ball roll-off.
And you don't think that'll be exciting?
Well, we saw that in our women's series last year.
Going for the double? Not today. Not for Kansas Snow. But he probably will bowl.
Well, you've got to be a little deflated.
Yeah.
Got to be a little deflated if you're Dave Julien. Bad news for David. He only posted a 10 in the second.
So
for the 10th.
He won't roll bonus in the 10th. He'll go for the 10 box to finish just as Dave Julien finished with
Wait
the
a minute.
10.
That's a 9.
So Dave Julien still looking pretty good. A 10 for $1,700. Oh, man, this is crazy. Timmy Carrigan now. He can string him.
Sure can. He's on the strike right now. Another one would certainly make it interesting as far as the bonus situation is concerned. One thing for certain, there is going to be a carryover in this frame to the next one. And there are 2 bowlers to come. The 10 if Dave Julien still lives for $1,000 or $1,700. Make that.
Timmy will shoot for a 10 box here. That's academic, though, because as you say, Bruce, it's a carryover to the 10th. But for Tim Carrigan, the name of the game right now has got to be pinfall.
If he wants to catch, well, actually he can't catch Kansas Snow right now.
Nope.
Most he can get is 30. That would put him at 263. Kansas is already in at 277.
Looks like Kansas Snow is our champ, folks.
Well, take a look at this. If Timmy Carrigan spares here,
got a great shot at $1,700.
It could be a $1,700 spare.
And he'd be the big money winner. I mean, he already is.
It is.
Chips it over. So the spare for Tim Carrigan.
Hey, if you're Kansas Snow and you're Dave Julien, boy, you are rooting for Dave Currie to spare when he gets up in the 10th. And that is what it's all going to come down to. Can Dave Currie spare or, in fact, strike and win it in the 10th? Right now, Timmy Carrigan punches through. But he gets a big round of applause.
3 there on that bonus. 246 is final to finish in second place for now.
As you mentioned, he's the big money winner right now at $2,725, and he stands to make another $1,700 if Dave Currie can't mark in the next frame. Dave punches through. We don't want to ignore the pinfall or the scoring, but really what's happening now is Dave is just kind of setting himself up for the next string. We've had 3 strikes in a row for $1,000 all the way through this. Now we've got 1 strike for $1,700 for Dave Currie if he can strike. There is the guy that's got the spare. He's just having a great time. All right. If he can strike, it's worth $1,700. There's the ball. He's on the front pin. He is up and down. He's got it. $1,700. Oh, my. Dave Currie. $1,700 strike for Dave Currie. And there's the congratulations from Tim Carrigan. Here it is again. This 1 ball worth $1,700. Dave Currie's got to get this win there.
Because he'd been shut out of skins in the second string, $300 in the first for $2,000 on the day, $2,450 through the tournament.
Hey, keep this in mind. If he gets 2 more, he's got another $1,000. He still has a shot at the bonus.
Right. He can finish on top of the money here.
Here we go. He got on the right pin. And listen to the crowd. They're picking up the chant already. He has 1 ball left, but a big, big round of applause for it. Dave Currie and all the guys who performed so well in this dramatic Belvedere Super Pins final. Just a great, great match. Congratulations all the way around. They all had a pretty good payday. The dramatics coming when Dave Currie picked up the mark, the strike.
And there's your champion, Kansas Snow from Sydney. Well, folks, doesn't come any better than that, I'll tell you. $2,000 for Dave Currie in this match today. $2,450 through the tournament. And Dave Currie finishes in 3rd place today. So as you can see, pinfall doesn't mean a whole lot when it comes to the skins format.
But you know, as long as Dave Currie bowls, he's going to remember that 1 ball that you witnessed just a moment ago. It was worth $1,700. The money, of course, an important part. The pinfall, also very important. The pinfall determining our overall champion. And if you look at the numbers, you see it. 277 for Kansas Snow. He's done it time and time again. No wonder he's become really almost a legend in the Maritimes. And he's back here again, and he wins this one. 130 and then a 147 for that 277 total. Give full marks to Timmy Carrigan at that 246. He chased Kansas right down to the wire, but 246 for Timmy, 244 for Dave Currie, and 241 for Dave Julien. Nicely bunched for 2nd place there, but the full marks go to Kansas Snow. He indeed is our champion.
And you look at those scores, we've seen more spectacular scores through the course of this tournament. What we said about Kansas Snow earlier is he's a very steady performer. He bowls to the level of the bowlers he's up against and always finds somewhere in his bag of tricks just enough to come up a few pins ahead. And in this case, it was a very strong performance for him. Take a look at the total money. The 4 bowlers in our championship today, this is what they won through the entire tournament. Dave Julien with $625. Kansas Snow, the champion, with $1,600. Tim Carrigan, the big money winner, $27.25, and we'll all be chumming around with Tim after the show today. And Dave Currie with that magnificent final box in this championship game, $2,450 for Dave Currie of Fairvale, New Brunswick. We'll be back in just a moment to talk to the champ.
There's a good reason we stand behind Vessey's seeds for short seasons, and it's found right here in our test plots. Every new variety of Vessey's seed gets the same rigorous trial for hardiness and yield before it makes it into our catalog. Vessey's seed for short seasons, true tested for quality, just for you. Right now, for your free catalog, Vessey's Seeds, York, Prince Edward Island, Canada.
Quality Video presents the most outstanding home video opera of all time. The World Wrestling Federation's greatest champions, plus the WWF's greatest hits. A video doubleheader. The immortal Hulk Hogan wins the heavyweight championship for an unprecedented third time, then savagely defends the crown against the devastating power of Sergeant Slaughter in the full fury of Desert Storm, the special match. Thrill to the Macho Man Randy Savage, locked in mortal combat with the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. This once-in-a-lifetime offer includes the WWF's greatest hits. The most powerful superstars of the WWF challenge all comers. The Texas Tornado defends his crown in an all-out slam fest with the relentless Mr. Perfect. When the money's on the line, these guys take no prisoners. The WWF's greatest champions plus the WWF's greatest hits. 2 classic videos, 1 super low price. Exclusively from Quality Video. Here's how to order yours.
Visa, MasterCard, or COD. Call toll-free 1-800-263-4506. That's 1-800-263-4506. Or send check or money order for $29.95 plus GST. Include $5 postage and handling to WWF Greatest Champions and WWF Hardest Hits videos. Post Office Box 1101, 835 York Mills Road, Don Mills, Ontario. M3B 1Y2. Operators are standing by.
The Super Bowl, and we're happy to welcome Carrie Robbins from Belvedere Inc. Super Pins. What a great championship match.
Yes, it was. Certainly excellent bowling, and nice to see everybody come away with some money.
And a lot of money at that. Well, we're glad that you could be here to watch the championship, and we're glad, of course, that you were at home to enjoy it. It was one of the best ever. Standing by with the winners, Bruce Stephen. Bruce?
Well, thank you very much, Paul. It is my pleasure to introduce to you now the 4th place bowler. He had strings of 110 and 131, a 241 total for our 4th place bowler, Dave Julien.
Thank you very much.
This guy really had things going for a while. He had a 132 opening string, a 112 second string. Our 3rd place bowler at 244 is Dave Currie.
Congratulations, Dave. Thank you very much.
And this guy gave it a real run, a pretty exciting finish. He opened with a 125. He had a 121 second string, his 2-string total of 246. Our runner-up, Tim Carrigan. And now it's my pleasure to bring on to you the champion in our Belvedere Super Pin Series. An opening string of 130. He bettered that by 17 pins in the 2nd string, 147, 277. A guy that you've come to know, our champion from Sydney, Kansas Snow.
Kansas, it's my pleasure to present you with this trophy, emblematic of the Belvedere Super Pins Challenge. Congratulations.
Thank you very, very much.
And let's talk to our champion for just a moment. You know, Kansas Snow, it was just a couple of years ago we talked. You were a mixed double champion, and now for the first time our singles champion. I guess it's tough to pick between which is the best.
Oh, it certainly was. You know, Bonnie Logan was a terrific bowler with the ladies, and we won that one. And we almost won with a girl from New Brunswick, Kathy Calabrese, and we were second there. But this is real sweet. To win this is real sweet.
Well, you know, Kansas, it was a little dicey in round number 1. If you remember back that far, Paul Chase and you were in a pretty good battle. You beat him by a single pin, finished second, and got on to the 2nd round. But many people at that time said, after that match, Kansas Snow got a scare, and he won't get scared again.
Well, I got very fortunate to get through that match. I can remember the last box. I wanted the 10. I didn't want to go near the front pin to me, in case I punched, so I played it off to the right and set it up for 10. And one pin, one ball. I said, well, pin her out.
Congratulations to Kansas Snow, our champion.
Thanks very much, Bruce.
Back to you, Paul.
All right, thank you, Bruce, and thank you, Kansas, for a terrific performance through Belvedere Super Pins. Want to congratulate the winners at home. Those of you who dialed the 1-800 number for the Kodak autofocus camera and the Sharp Pocket auto dialer. Congratulations to you folks, and for all of you folks who sent ballots in for the 3 major prizes, stand by. Here comes your presentation of one of those major prizes. All right, everybody, this is the moment we've all been waiting for, the first major draw in our Belvedere Inc. Super Pin Sweepstakes. Mike Dillon along from Belvedere Inc. to help us in the draw. You've met Mike before, and Mike, this is an exciting moment. The first major prize is the Suzuki TS200RM motorcycle, right?
That's right, and this is only one of 3 that we'll be drawing for, Paul.
We'll be going for the Honda ATV at the conclusion of the women's series, and how do you get in on that, Mike?
Pick up your ballot at your local retailer or your bowling center, obviously where you pick these ones up, and mail it in often. Be sure it's the one with the Honda ATV.
All right, without further ado, here is the winner of the Suzuki TS200RM motorcycle. It's Hannah Gilmore of Halifax, Nova Scotia. That's Hannah Gilmore of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Congratulations, Hannah. Want to remind you that we'll have a representative calling soon with a skill testing question. So put on your thinking cap. Continue to watch bowling every Saturday here on ATV. Mike Dillon, Paul Meunier, thanks very much for watching, everybody. See you again soon.